Complex. Excellent. Remember how we talked about the real and the complex numbers, and you're like, the complex numbers are always there, you just don't see them, right? And it's like a whole spiritual realm, like working in the background, and you never know. Simon, are you with us?
Yes.
All right. Like, this is it. So, Algebra 2, 61. So, 62. Thank you. So, we are now going to have quadratic equations that have complex answers. You may close your computers. You don't need them to listen to me talk. So, we're going to solve this. Okay, how do we solve this? First step, x is on one side, numbers on the other. So we have 3x squared minus x equals negative 5. Then we do what with what number, Victoria?
We divide the second number by 2 times.
Oh wait, we're not there yet. Sorry, I have to deal with the 3 first.
Yeah.
Oh, we put it to the side, outside the parentheses.
Okay, so I can either put it outside the parentheses or be lazy and divide by 3. I'm going to divide by
everything.
Okay, to each term. Now, I thought we were on that step too. So I give you like the lead up for that step and not the other one. By the way, since all the tables have been rotated, some of them are no longer like firmly planted. If your table is that one, like that table, I had to fix that table earlier, the feet are adjustable. You can adjust them up or down. I think your table's off because it's sitting on the tape in the corner. So if you adjust that, you may be able to free your table of the offness. Okay, what's the next step? Victoria, still on the hook.
You get the second number, you divide by 2, and then you square it.
Okay, so this number right here, I'm going to divide that by 2 and square that. That gets us negative 1/6 squared, which is 1 over 36. What do I do with that number, Taylor?
With the negative 1/6.
With the 1/36.
It's 1/36.
I know, I wrote 1. What do we do with it?
It's a negative number squared, so it's positive. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
I know, but what do I do with that now?
Oh, you add to both sides.
Oh, add it to both sides. Excellent. Much like the thing that comes from chickens. Eggs. Okay, so now this mysteriously combines to make something. If you're still lost on what it mysteriously becomes, you're going to have the same thing twice, and it makes that. Right? So the question is, when two numbers multiply to make 1/36, that is 1/6. But they must add to make that number, so probably minus. So this side becomes x minus 1/6 squared. Now what about the other side? What's negative 5/3 plus 1/36? Well, we just add a 6 to both sides, to the top and bottom. You're not going to call me on that?
I mean, you have to multiply.
Oh, you have to multiply. You can't just add numbers there just because you feel like it, right? So I'm going to multiply the top and bottom by a number. What number is that going to be, Rebecca? 12, right? So this is negative 60 plus 1, which is
59 over 36.
negative 59.
Yes.
36. Next step.
Square root both sides.
I want to undo the squared, so I take the square root. What must I not forget? The Hannah plus minus sign. And so over here I have x minus 1/6 equals plus or minus. What's the square root of negative 59?
Nothing weird.
That's correct. It is the square root of 59 I over 6.
No, our friend is bad.
Yeah.
So, does I go on the top with square root of 59?
I usually put it afterwards, but you may put it on top if you want. Unfortunately, if you put it on top, sometimes it looks like it's under the square root when it shan't be. So I would not encourage doing that. Remember that when we write complex numbers, we always write them in a plus bi form. So it's good to put the I afterwards so you know that that is the imaginary part.
Oh.
Excellent question. Sir,
Doing the bottom.
sir, are you externally processing
Maybe.
on us? Please externally process to yourself. That's impossible. Anyways, adding 1/6 to both sides, so you get x equals 1/6 plus or minus the square root of 59 over 6i. Now, here's where you can go wrong a couple of ways. Number one, you can lose the minus sign. That would be wrong. That's right. Secondly, you can have issues processing the square root of 36. The square root of 36 is 6. The third thing you can get wrong is to do this. Now, it doesn't look wrong, but it is. That is wrong. Why? Because when we have complex numbers, you must write them in a plus bi form. So you collect the real part, put that first, collect the imaginary part, put that second. So they must be separate. Okay? So you cannot do one fraction bar or you will lose points. Alright? And that is your lesson. So you may begin on your homework again.
Wait, how do you solve it then?
Optional.